G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I am going to be giving you my Australian Kangaroos predicted best 17-man squad. Now there will be some controversial takes in this one. There's a few players I don't know if they're going to play for Australia or opt to play for a different country. So I will say first and foremost that this is being recorded on Saturday the 17th of September at 7:48 a.m. I don't know if you can turn on so I can bloody show the people. So see, there we go. So you don't say that if the Australian squad somehow gets named prior to this getting uploaded onto YouTube, then I've got proof that I did this before that. So let's pretty well jump in and look at how I have lined up the Australian squad. So look, I think for the most part, most positions are locked in, and I will say that, we are going to get some people that disagree with some takes, but look, that's fair enough. It's completely up to you if you disagree or agree with my takes. So starting off with fullback, it's a lock. It's James Tedesco. He is not, unless injury or something like that, he will be selected in this team. There's no chance anybody gets picked over him, in my opinion. Next up, our first winger, I've gone Josh Adokar. I personally think that Josh has to be in this squad. The back end to his season was phenomenal after going, I think, six games without scoring a try, and then, finishing quite well. I think he had 16 or 17 tries to finish the season, so very, very good. So I definitely think he needs to be in the team. The first centre, I've gone Latrell Mitchell. 100% has to be in there. I don't know. There are reports that he may pull out of the World Cup to focus on the preseason and get his match fitness right for next season. But I honestly think he'll be there. If he's available, he'll be named 100%. All right, next up, I've gone Valentine Holmes in the centres. Now, I have seen a few people opt with Jack White in the centres, and I don't disagree with that. I just think that we're going to want to name a lot of experience in our strongest 17. And I think Val Holmes is definitely one of those players. I wouldn't be playing him on the wing. I'd have him in the centres. Just imagine you've got two of arguably the best strike centres in the NRL. Latrell Mitchell, he's proven to be an elite level centre, as has Valentine Holmes. I guess we're a bit lucky with Latrell because he's also really, really good at fullback. So if James Tedesco does go down, we could move Latrell into fullback. Next up, I've gone Dane Gagai. Another one that, I think a lot of people may disagree with. Dane hasn't had the best season, but when he puts on a representative jersey, he turns up. So I think he needs to be there, mainly for the experience. He's got a lot of experience in representative football, and I think he definitely deserves, a call up to the Australian squad. All right, first half, I've gone Cameron Munster at 5'8". I think this one, I think this obviously picks itself. Cameron Munster's got to be our 5'8". I don't think there's anybody else that deserves it as much as Cameron Munster. Arguably the best 5'8" in the comp. And I just think that, he's going to bring a lot of brilliance to this Australian squad. All right, the halfback, I've gone Nathan Cleary. Now, I see a lot of people have gone the way of Daly Cherry Evans. And look, I don't disagree. He won State of Origin this year. He's been amazing. But I just think that the Cameron Munster, Nathan Cleary sort of... I think they're going to have really good chemistry together. You've got Cameron Munster, that's just this maniac type player that creates something out of nothing. And Cleary's, that calm, collected half that just steers the team around. So I just think these two are going to gel really well together, and they need to be our halves. Now, I know I chime on a lot about experience, but if you look at where Cleary and DCE are this year, I don't think there's too much difference with. Obviously, Daly Cherry Evans has played a hell of a lot more games than Cleary, and arguably played in bigger games than Cleary. However, I honestly think that Cleary deserves this spot. All right, first forward I've got is Payne Haas. Now, I've got an asterisk next to his name because I have heard reports that he's come out and said that even if selected for Australia, he wants to represent Samoa, I believe. So, look, if that's the case, then there's plenty of other forwards you could put there. You could use someone like Pat Carrigan to start. Jake Trbojevic is another one. I would say Regan Campbell-Gillard. He has been selected for Fiji, so I don't know if he would come and play for Australia then. But there's definitely a plethora of players that could fill in that number 8 jersey. At number 9, I've gone with Ben Hunt. I've seen a lot of people selecting, what's his name, Harry Grant at 9 and playing Hunt off the bench. I think for the impact you bring Harry Grant on, because Ben Hunt can play that sort of roaming lock role as well when Harry Grant comes on. So I think that I just think this is the best way to go about it. That's just my personal opinion. If you disagree, please do let me know in the comments. I'd love to have a friendly chat with you about it. If you become an asshole about it, then I'm probably just going to delete your comments because there's no need for that. But I'm up for friendly debate. I really am. So let me know, do you agree with the Ben Hunt take or do you disagree? Number 10, I've got Tino Fa'asua Malawi. So Big Tino, I think definitely starts for us. He's got that big game experience, helping to lead Queensland to Origin glory this year. And I just think he will be phenomenal for the Australian Kangaroos. He'll do a job for us, and I definitely think he deserves to start. Number 11, I've gone with Angus Crichton. Arguably the best second rower in the comp at the moment. I think he needs to be somewhere in this team, and yeah, I think he deserves that number 11 jersey. At number 12, I've gone with Cameron Murray. Definitely think Murray deserves to be in there. Second best lock in the comp behind Isaiah Yeo, and he's not too far behind him either. I just think with Isaiah Yeo and his experience, he needs to be our lock. So that is my number 13 is Isaiah Yeo. So I'd say, personally, I'd have co-captains. I'd have James Tedesco and Isaiah Yeo as our co-captains. I just think that both these players are massive leaders at their club and could really help lead this Australian squad out. All right, on to the bench. At number 14, obviously, I've gone Harry Grant. As I said before, I think him and Ben Hunt can play well together. Hunt can move into that roaming lock role if needed. And yeah, Harry Grant can come on and just play his style of footy. So I think this is a good take at number 14. As a Rabbitohs fan, obviously Damien Cook was somebody that I considered. But yeah, look, I've got to go Harry Grant for this one. Next up, we've got big Patrick Carrigan. He has to be in this squad. He's been amazing for the Broncos this year. Obviously, we saw how detrimental he was to that squad when he got suspended. So he needs to be in this team, and I definitely think he will be picked on the bench. All right, next up, we've got Hudson Young. Now, there was a few players that came to mind before Hudson. You got players like Liam Martin, Jeremiah Nana, but I don't know if he will get selected for, I think it's Tonga. Do let me know if I'm wrong there, but I believe it's Tonga. So, yeah, if he's selected for Tonga, I don't know if he wants to play for Australia, but I definitely think he needs to be in the mix somewhere if he wants to play for the Australian Kangaroos. Number 17, I have gone with Ruben Cotter. Now, I I know, Jake Trebojevic misses out. There's several other players that miss out with this Ruben Cotter selection. But I just think that, he brings so much. He can play lock. He can play in the front row. I'd say he could probably fill in the second row. He could even slot in at hooker if we got desperate. Like, there's so many positions that he could genuinely cover. So I think, Ruben Cotter, I personally think he is a good pick for the 17 jersey. So, guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear from you guys. But that is going to wrap it up from me today. Once again, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Agree, disagree, indifferent. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.